Good afternoon. It's Monday, December 8th, 2025. Our next continuous voter registration is still ongoing, so if you haven't signed up yet, this is a good time to do it and get ready for the next elections. On the news this hour, Rivers government set to begin statewide project commissioning. Federal government secures release of 100 abducted school children in Niger State. President Tinubu praises Nigerian military after stopping coup in Benin Republic. Governor Fuba vows to resolve issues at Rivers State University. And we have more reactions after the defection of 17 Rivers lawmakers. I'm Ifechukwu Muonyili with the news. Now, the Rivers State government says it is back to full work and set to begin commissioning several projects across the state. Secretary to the state government, Dr. Bebo Anabraba, told journalists in Port Harcourt today, Monday, that the project spans 6 local government areas, including Obiakpo, Port Harcourt City, Ahoda East and West, Oba Ebemandoni local government area, Ikwere and Emoha. He also assures Rivers residents of their safety, saying the government is staying ahead of recent security concerns across the country. Correspondent Martha Okere reports that the projects include the extension of the Ahoda Omoko dualization, the Eweda Omerelu Link Road, the flag-off of the Airport Bypass and Toll Gate project, and the commissioning of the Ikwere Iguruta Airport Road. Others are the Greater Tap City Housing Estate, the Ihuama Ring Road, the Obodi Zochi Road and Bridge, the Obakiri Junction roundabout to Obakiri Waterfront Road, the Ahoda Zonal Hospital, the Permanent Secretary's quarters, and the Federal High Court complex. Still talking government, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara says his administration is addressing the challenges facing all campuses in Rivers State University. He made the comment at the combined 37th and 38th convocation ceremony on Saturday, days after some students at the Amoha campus were kidnapped. The governor says the 2026 budget will prioritize the university's needs.
We cannot, as a responsible government, afford to deprive our youth of this most essential tool they need to improve their life. We fully recognize the problem confronting the university, both at the main campus and other locations. But I can assure you that we are tackling those challenges, and our provision for next year will adequately take care of all these issues.
He's also urging graduates to become job creators and wants management to focus on research and technology.
I urge you to prioritize research, innovation as you navigate your path to the top. I also encourage you to offer practical solutions to highlight the danger of technology. This also applies to our dear states. You don't need to go too far. The opportunities are even by your doorstep. What the world is talking about is creating jobs. What we will promise you here is we'll give you the opportunities to create the jobs.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Isaac Zeb Obipi, says the university has now taken in 4,000 students and secured full accreditation for all programs. Pro-Chancellor Okewale San praised the governor's support and unveiled a 5-year strategic development plan to make the university globally competitive. For the Chancellor, Justice Sidi Mohammed, he wants institutions across the country to embrace emerging technologies and AI. A total of 13,242 students graduated, 157 with first class, 2,587 with second class upper, and 6,275 with second class lower. Now let's talk politics. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says he and other founding members of the PDP will not allow people who joined the party from elsewhere to destroy it, insisting the party must respect court judgment to regain public trust. This comes after the party's board of trustees, loyal to Wike, held a meeting at his official residence. Speaking at the Abdurrahman Mohammed-led NEC meeting in Abuja, Wike criticized the Tanimu Turaki faction for conducting what he called a legal convention despite 2 federal high court rulings on the matter. He accused the faction of disobeying final court judgment, obtaining ex parte orders from a state high court, and still seeking recognition from the court after holding their own convention. Wike warned that such actions threaten the PDP's future and urged members to support lawful leadership and rebuild the party on democratic and judicial principles. At the meeting, members asked the NEC to set up a caretaker committee as the tenure of the current NWC expires on Tuesday. The NEC later approved a 13-member caretaker committee led by Abdurrahman Mohammed, mandated to run the party for 60 days and organize pending congresses and a national convention. But meanwhile, the PDP says the lawmakers' defection as Meanwhile, the PDP says it sees the lawmakers' defection as reckless and a betrayal at a critical moment for the state. PDP National Publicity Secretary Ini Ememobong says the lawmakers have portrayed themselves as enemies of democracy by abandoning the platform that brought them into office. He accused them of undermining the mandate of Rivers people and destabilizing the legislature for partisan gain. Now let's bring you an update on the debate on whether Governor Siminalayi Fubara has breached the Constitution following last week's comment from the Speaker of the Federal Commissioner to the Rivers State is not the local government areas.
All respect to the Speaker, he misconstrued the Constitution. The Constitution says, yes, the governor shall appoint many commissioners. The commissioners, when appointed, was to reflect the federal character of the spread of the state. But it did not say that the governor must appoint commissioner or president appoint minister at a particular time. That is why the Buhari, the first senior for 6 months, appoint. That's why the APC governor then in Onshu State for 1 year didn't run with commissioner. It's good to appoint commissioner, but you know that a lot of states are involved, including the attitude of this House of Assembly.
He also added voice speaks defects of Assembly PDP to the APC. Dr. Chinwo says the decision of 10 lawmakers not to defect with the 17 others to the APC is influenced by the FCT minister Nyesom Wike.
We all know that what is happening is up is the wicked politics. He chose those who will go, just like he did in the local government elections. Those who go to APC, they're all his strategic plans. So he knows why he has left this. According to him, he will work with those who remain. He knows why he chose this one to remain, or why he allowed the other ones to decamp. None of those who decamp has his own mind. With all due respect to them, none of the people in the House of Assembly has acted on his own. They are all in collaboration with the FCT minister, who is their political leader.
Still on the defections, political scientist Dr. Obinna Wadi says the 17 Rivers lawmakers have every constitutional right to choose their political party. Speaking on their move from PDP to APC, he agrees that internal crisis in the PDP contributed to their decision.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria provides that individuals have freedom of choice. Because they have freedom of choice, nobody can stop them from taking any decision regarding whatsoever association they have to belong to. And so, having found that with the present situation in the People's Democratic Party at the national level, they may not be able to have their political ambition. And so, they have decided to jump ship.
Now, Dr. Wadi also believes the 10 lawmakers who stayed back in the PDP may eventually move to the APC. On the lawmakers adjourning sitting until January 26, he says they can reconvene at any time to receive the budget from the governor.
No, it will be too early for us to read political meaning to this. Adjourning their sitting for the festive season is also their constitutional right. If the governor is ready to present his budget, there's nothing that says that they shouldn't call off or suspend their recess or holidays to attend to state duties. For me, there's no need reading political meaning to this. Reading political meaning is just fanning the embers of war.
And now we go straight to the national scene. The federal government has secured the release of 100 school children abducted from St. Mary's Private Catholic Primary Secondary School in Papiri, Aguara local government area of Niger State. The children were among the 315 people kidnapped when terrorists attacked the remote community on November 21st. The gunmen who arrived around 2 a.m. on motorbikes stormed the school dormitories for more than 3 hours, taking 303 students and 12 teachers into the nearby forest. 50 pupils managed to escape within the first 24 hours, leaving 265 people, including 253 children and all the teachers, still in captivity until this release of 100. Now, following the attack, the federal government imposed a 24-hour security cordon and launched aerial surveillance across parts of Kwara, Kebbi, and Niger State. Well, away from that, President Bola Tinubu has praised Nigeria's armed forces for swiftly helping the Benin Republic stop an attempted coup that threatened its 35-year-old democracy. He approved the deployment of Nigerian Air Force fighter jet after Benin requested immediate help to secure its airspace and protect key institutions. Nigeria also sent ground troops following a second request from Benin's authorities for surveillance, support, and rapid intervention. The coup attempt, led by Colonel Pascal Tigre, saw the coup plotters seize the national TV station before loyal forces backed. President Tinubu says the military acted within ECOWAS guidelines and made by defender and terrorist. Meanwhile, Benin's President Patrice Talon is reassuring citizens that the situation in the country is now totally under control after an attempted coup earlier in the day. In a live broadcast, President Talon praised the military for staying loyal to the nation and acting with a strong sense of duty. The government says it stopped the mutiny just after a group of soldiers announced a takeover on national television. Later in the afternoon, loud explosions were heard in Cotonou, the country's largest city, believed to be the result of an airstrike. Still to come, we have the latest on land grabbing related matters in Eche local government area. Do stay with us.